What if the Social Security payment you have received faithfully every month for years suddenly stops without any warning? This is the shocking reality now being reported by seniors across the country as confirmed cases emerge of Social Security payments being frozen for beneficiaries aged 70 and older, leaving many without the funds they depend on for basic survival. The reason this story is creating such widespread panic is because Social Security represents an unbreakable promise to millions of American seniors. These are individuals who worked for decades, paid into the system throughout their careers, and earned the right to receive monthly benefits in their retirement years. For many seniors over 70, Social Security is not supplemental income, but their entire financial lifeline. To have those payments suddenly frozen is not just an inconvenience, but a potential catastrophe. Reports now indicate that the Social Security Administration has implemented enhanced verification procedures that are resulting in payment freezes for certain categories of beneficiaries. Sources familiar with the situation suggest that these freezes are connected to broader efforts within the federal government to identify and eliminate improper payments, reduce fraud, and ensure that benefits are only going to individuals who are fully eligible and properly documented. While these goals may sound reasonable in theory, the practical impact on elderly beneficiaries has been severe and immediate. One of the primary triggers for payment freezes appears to involve identity verification failures. The Social Security Administration maintains records on all beneficiaries, including documentation of identity, citizenship status, and eligibility. Reports indicate that the agency has begun cross-referencing these records with databases maintained by other federal agencies, including the Department of Homeland Security and the State Department. When discrepancies are identified, payments are being frozen pending resolution for seniors who naturalized as citizens decades ago, whose names may have been transliterated differently across various documents, or whose records contain minor inconsistencies due to clerical errors made years in the past. These cross-checks are creating serious problems. Some beneficiaries have received notices stating that their identity could not be verified and that payments will be suspended until they provide additional documentation for individuals in their 70s, 80s, or even 90s. Gathering decades-old documents can be extremely difficult or impossible. Another category of payment freezes involves questions about continued eligibility. Under Social Security rules, certain types of benefits are contingent on ongoing eligibility requirements. For example, supplemental security income has strict income and resource limits, and beneficiaries must report any changes in their financial situation. Reports suggest that the Social Security Administration is conducting more aggressive reviews of SSI cases involving elderly beneficiaries, and that payments are being frozen when questions arise about whether income or assets were properly reported for seniors who may have received small gifts from family members, who have modest savings accounts they accumulated over a lifetime, or whose living arrangements have changed. These reviews can result in sudden payment freezes. The situation is further complicated by reports that some payment freezes are connected to address verification issues. Social Security requires beneficiaries to maintain a current address on file. When mail is returned as undeliverable, or when address records do not match across federal databases, payments may be suspended for seniors who have moved to assisted living facilities, who are living with family members, or who have had address changes that were not properly recorded. This requirement is creating unexpected problems. Sources indicate that some beneficiaries only learned their payments were frozen when their monthly deposit failed to arrive, with no advance warning or explanation at the institutional level. The Social Security Administration has faced significant challenges in recent years. Staffing levels have declined, field offices have reduced hours, and telephone wait times have increased dramatically for seniors who need to resolve issues with their benefits. Simply reaching someone at the agency can be a major obstacle. Reports indicate that some beneficiaries have waited weeks or even months to get appointments or to speak with representatives who can address their cases during this time. their payments remain frozen, and they must find other ways to cover essential expenses like rent, food, and medication for seniors who have no other source of income and no family members who can provide financial support. The consequences can be devastating. Advocacy organizations have raised urgent concerns about the impact of these payment freezes on vulnerable elderly individuals. They argue that the aggressive approach to verification and fraud prevention is causing serious harm to legitimate beneficiaries who have done nothing wrong. Some organizations have reported cases of seniors being evicted from their homes, going without necessary medications, or facing food insecurity as a direct result of frozen payments. There are also concerns about the due process implications of freezing payments without adequate notice or opportunity to respond under current regulations. Beneficiaries have rights to appeal adverse actions and to request expedited review in cases of financial hardship. However, many seniors are unaware of these rights or lack the ability to navigate the appeals process without assistance. For seniors who have experienced payment freezes or who are concerned about the possibility, experts recommend taking immediate steps to protect themselves. Beneficiaries should ensure that the Social Security Administration has their current address and contact information on file. They should review their My Social Security account online to check for any notices or alerts about their benefits. Seniors should also gather important documents, including proof of identity, citizenship, or immigration status, and any records related to their eligibility. If a payment freeze occurs, beneficiaries should contact the Social Security Administration immediately to understand the reason and to begin the process of providing any required documentation. Family members and caregivers should be aware of this issue and should assist elderly relatives in monitoring their benefits and responding to any notices. In cases where payments have been frozen due to financial hardship, beneficiaries may be eligible for expedited review and emergency payment reinstatement. This is a developing situation that requires urgent attention from policymakers and the public. For seniors over 70 who have earned their benefits through a lifetime of work, the current uncertainty is unacceptable. This story will continue to evolve, and further updates will be provided as more information becomes available about the scope of these payment freezes and the steps being taken to address them.